Welcome back everyone to another episode. Today we're going to be playing with some stuff from one of Jazzo's previous boxes that he released. I think this one was 2 years ago, but I haven't done anything with it today. And all my life I've always loved the idea of elves and fantasy.
Elves. Elves.
Very good. Look at this!
Wood elves. Elves.
And so today we're gonna try using the Cos Clay, which I haven't used before, and we're gonna try and create some like elf ear extensions that I can put on my ears for this Halloween. So we'll see how it goes. You guys will probably be seeing this on Halloween, so let me know what you think and if you'd like to give it a go. So let's get started. So I have some balls of clay that I've already squished, I guess you could say, activated. But when you first play with polymer clay, which Cos Clay I believe is a type or similar to a polymer clay, but when you first get it, it's super hard, so you want to squish it in between your fingers for a little bit of time, just so it's a little more malleable. And so these have been pre-squished or pre-activated or whatever you want to say. And luckily for me, I might paint these a little bit afterwards. We'll just see how it goes. But luckily for me, this is fairly close to my skin tone already. Probably because I spent the whole summer inside because of my leg. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to turn these into elf ears. So I'm going to start off by just squishing them a little bit, activating them a little bit, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start forming triangles. And I saw these one elf ears that just kind of like sit on top of your ear, and then it kind of like hangs down a little bit in front and behind your ear. And I think that's kind of the direction I'm going to go. And so I'm going to start squishing these into triangles. And I want it to be longer on one end than the other. This part's gonna go in front of my ear, and this part's gonna go down the back of my ear. So we'll just continue to squish these into a triangular shape. And I don't want mine to be like super long or anything. I want mine to be fairly short. And so I'm not gonna make them excessively long. And I'm gonna shape both of these into a similar shape. I don't know about any of you, but when Lord of the Rings came out, me and my friends thought it was so cool, and so we actually used to play Lord of the Rings at recess. Okay, so we're gonna film this freehand. We'll see how this goes. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to put my hair behind my ear so that I can better see what this is gonna look like. I'm going to grab one of my ears extensions, and I'm just gonna kind of rest it behind. So I'm definitely gonna bring it down here in the front a little bit, and then I'm gonna curve it out just like this, so it curves around my ear, and then I'm gonna bring it out in the back just a little bit as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and squish the back just a little bit so that I know I'm gonna go ahead and change that shape, and then I'll probably bring this part down just a little bit as well. So let's go make those changes and then we'll try again. Does the fact that I played Lord of the Rings at recess date me or make me seem really young? Let me know. Let me know down in the comments below what some of your favorite fantasy movies or TV shows were. Okay, so we're gonna try this again. So again, hair behind the ear. We're just gonna kind of rest this on top of our ear a little bit. Okay, I think I'm liking where it's sitting, so I think we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start adding details of the ear, and then we're gonna create I think to help it stay on my ear, I'm gonna create like a little pocket to mimic this curve of my ear. So we're gonna go ahead and try and mimic that and see how it goes. So here I have a few different clay carving and shaping tools that I'm going to use to form these ears. I'm going to start by drawing a line for where the edge of the ear is going to be, and then I'm going to define those lines. Once those lines are defined a little bit more, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to curve the ear because I know it's going to need to curve around my ear in order to stay on. And we're just going to go ahead and continue to do this on both ears, and we're just going to keep playing with that shape until it's a shape that we like. These ears should be the same, or pretty much the same, just mirroring each other. So where the long end is on one ear, it's going to be on the opposite side of the other ear. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place the ear, or place the clay around my ear again, and then I'm going to place that strip of, that snake of clay that I made earlier. So I'm definitely going to need to curve this around my ear a little bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and place this right there. And that's where I'm going to create this little pocket that'll go around my ear. So I'm going to place this here, and that's where the little pocket where my ear is going to sit is going to go. And then we're just going to smooth this side of it out into the ear. So it just looks like a fold in the ear. When I was a kid dressing up in fantasy costumes like all the time, or wanting to dress up in costumes all the time, was considered weird. What would you do if you saw someone walking down the street in a cloak and elf ears now? Is waving your nerd flag still weird, or is waving your nerd flag and being flamboyant considered cool? So we're going to just go ahead and continue to smooth things out. We're going to curve the edges of the ear a little bit further over and just continue to finalize these things, build things up some more so that pocket will be nice and secure over my ear. And then just make sure everything is really smooth. If you had to pick between a dwarf, an elf, or a human, which one would you like to be? Okay, so we're going to do a final fitting of our ears. So we're just going to place it on and look over everything and make sure it looks good, kind of squish things into their final place and go from there. So just like that. So we're going to form it to our ear just a little bit better, and then we're going to go ahead and cook these after we get the shape all set. So there's the one side. So we're gonna just kind of bend it just a little bit, because as it's gonna cook, it's gonna start laying flat. And so we're just gonna kind of maybe cook it up like this, propped up against something that can go in the oven. Okay. And then we're gonna do our other ear. Now we're just gonna take these back and we're gonna finalize everything. We're gonna smooth things out just a little bit more, and then we're gonna go ahead and cook these in the oven. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and preheat our oven. We're gonna go ahead and preheat our oven to 275, and while we're preparing that, we're gonna go ahead and get our cookie sheet ready. Since we use these to cook, I'm gonna go ahead and put some aluminum foil on it, just so it doesn't get, I don't have to clean it or anything. And then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna make 2 little aluminum foil cones. If you rub the aluminum foil on a hard surface, so it creates a nice smooth finish, and that's what we're going to lean our ear on so it doesn't get the texture pattern on it. We're going to go ahead and isolate which side is the smoothest, and that's the side that we're going to lean our ears against. Curve our ears in just like this a little bit, and we're going to go ahead and stand them up and lean them against our aluminum foil gumdrops. Alright, and once our oven's preheated, we're going to go ahead and pop it in for 30 minutes. Alright, time to let them cool off, and then we'll be able to get to painting them. Our ears have now cooled down, and to get a really nice skin tone, I mixed some red, yellow, and blue together. Just a hint of blue, mostly yellow, and a little bit of red, and then a lot of white. That creates a really nice skin tone that looks pretty realistic instead of looking kind of like a band-aid. So I went ahead and I painted the skin color over both ears. And then I mix a reddish color, because when the sun shines through skin, it kind of has this reddish yellowish glow. So I went ahead and added that, and then I also created a shadow color on the ears. And then last but not least, I added freckles to my ears because I do have a lot of freckles. Plus, freckles are cute. We just got our ears finished up, so let's go take a look and see how they turned out.